Hi everyone, welcome to Val Fashion's YouTube channel. Today we'll be learning how to make an asymmetric neckline using our princess armhole bustier. Okay, I have my bustier cut out already. Just in case you don't know how to draft this bustier, I'll be dropping the link in the comment section. Please do well to watch it so that you can understand how I came about this. So to have an asymmetric neckline means that one side of the shoulder is going to be off. But in this case, I'm going to cut out that one side of the shoulder, and then I'm going to use a net to fix it. As I will have a net around that side, so because it's going to be a skin tone net, you will not really see the effect. So it's going to just be a one shoulder off, but the net will still serve as the shoulder, and then I'll go ahead to fix my sleeve. So now that I have my centerpiece, the first thing to do is to fold this and mark the width of the neckline you want to use. So I'm going to press it, and then I'll show us how to mark the width of the neckline we want to use. Okay, so I have my centerpiece folded already. I want to have a neck width of 3 inches. So I'm going to mark my 3 inches here. And then I also want to have a neck depth of 3.5. Okay, so here is my neck width and the neck depth. Of course, the depth now, so I'll just go ahead and notch this part where I have my 3 inches neckline, and then I'll open it up. Okay, so now that we have this open, I want this asymmetric neckline to be on the left side. So if it's going to be on the left hand side, it means that to come down this way. Okay, so to be able to achieve this, I need to place my side piece, the side piece of my bustier, like so. I'm going to bring it in like this, and then place it half inch overlapping on this half inch here. Okay, because that's what I'm going to be using to sew them together. So when I place it this way, I'm going to come here from this 3 inches. Remember that we're using a neck depth of 3.5. So here I'm going to mark my 3 inches to connect to my 3.5 to connect to my 3 inches here, which is the neck width. Okay, so I'll bring it down like this. Remember that I said I'm going to be using net to replicate mine. So, and then this side, you decide how deep you want to go. So in this case, I'm coming down by 5 inches. So you see the 5 inches is climbing on top of the side piece. Okay, so here is my 5 inches. So I'm just going to use my curve to connect them like this. Okay, so this is it. So I'll go ahead to cut it out. Okay, so this is what we have here. Okay, so this is what we have. Okay, so this is what our asymmetric neckline looks like. So I said I was going to be using a net to replace back this part. Okay, so remember that we used a neck width of 3 inches. 3 inches, the width is 3 inches, and the depth is 3.5. So I'll come here now to cut out this part. You see that this is my 3 inches on the piece I cut out. So I'll come here now to cut it out straight like so. So now this is what I will have. I want to have my net fabric replacing this side. That's the tulle net is going to be the one replacing this particular side. Okay, so the same thing I've done here is what I'm going to do on the back also. So I'll bring in my back and also have this neckline, of course, and then the net will also replace this part. Here is my back piece already. So I'm placing it good face facing good face. I have a zip allowance of 1 inch. I'm sorry, 1.5. I have a zip allowance of 1.5 on this. So I'm going to mark out my zip allowance. Okay. So here's my zip allowance. So just go ahead to pin it down. So, and then I'll open it up like so. So by doing this, you can see that I have my back piece sewn together. So remember that we were working with the left side. So I'm just going to still bring in this side piece, then my center, and then this side also. So, okay. So, okay. So I'm going to trace out what I have here. So remember that this part is also going to be the net. Okay, so I'm just going to cut it out like this. Is that simple? So I'm just repeating what I did for the front. Okay, so having cut out that, all I need to do is also to cut out this part. Remember, like I did for the front. So my net is just going to be straight around there. So now, in this case, my net is not going to have that joining. Can you see what? My net is not going to be sewn on the shoulder area. You can sew it on the shoulder area if you want to. You can still allow it. You can just place it like this, making sure that they are placed like this. Can you see what I have? If I have them like this, I can go ahead and cut out my net. So this strip will run from the front to the back without having a shoulder joining. All you need to do is to make sure that this half inch, that's the sewing allowance that you would have placed ordinary, that you would have used to sew the front and the back. You make sure that you place them on top of each other. So now, in this case, what I cut out here, let me explain better this way. What I cut out here is 5 inches, and the same thing for the back too is also 5 inches. What I'll be doing, I'll place it like this, half inch on top of half inch, because I'll be using them to join each other. So at the end of the day, by the time I place it that way, I will have 9 inches. Okay, so if I have 9 inches, that is fine. So now, while I will not add half inch to the sewing allowance, because I will need sewing a half inch to sew it down. Remember, I'm using a tool net, it is stretchy. So there will be no need for me to add that half inch that will be sewn in into it. Let me bring my tool net and explain that part very well. Okay, this is the tool net I'm using. Can you see it is stretching? It's stretching this way. Okay, so I'm just going to carry my pieces like so, and then place it. I'm placing it on fold. This is because it's stretchy. So if you are working with a material that is not stretchy, please go ahead and add your half inch sewing allowance here and here. Or if you want to join your shoulder, you can go ahead and join it. But I want this shoulder to be seamless. Don't forget that I'm working with tool net, so you're going to see thread lines there. I don't want to have thread lines showing on the shoulder. So that is why I'm doing this. Okay, so I'm going to place it like this. So if you are working with a stretchy fabric, it is just wise for you to reduce your measurement, because it will stretch, and even it will just be slacked around that area. This is so that the shoulder can be really firm. That is why I'm not adding any sewing allowance. So you see, I placed it on fold, so I'm going ahead to cut it out. And when you are doing that, remember that this is my back piece and this is my front piece, so I'm not going to interchange them. I'll make sure that I notch one of them to indicate that this is the front and then this is the back. So I'm cutting out exactly what I have here. So this is it. So this is my back. I would prefer to notch my back piece. So I'm going to notch this. So I know that this is my back. So can you see how it is stretching? So you want it to really sit on the shoulder firmly so that it doesn't slack around that area. Okay. So that's that for my asymmetric neckline. So this is how it's going to look. So all you need to do is the same thing you have done here. You place your lining and also cut it out like so. So you have to sew it this way. This will have to be sewn under into it, so you won't, so that you don't see it outside, to be sewn into it like so, and then my lining will cover it up from that side. So this is what I'm going to be having. So I hope this tutorial was helpful. If it was, please like, share, comment, subscribe to my channel. See you in my next one. I'm going to be showing us the finished outcome of the dress on the mannequin by the time I fix this net into it and all that. Thank you. This is the outcome of my asymmetric neckline. You can see how beautiful it looks. Thanks for watching. Bye.